Good morning, everyone, and hope everybody can see us and hear us. All right, we still have 2 minutes. Okay, let me wait until it's 9, and then I can introduce you to my colleague. All right, it's 10 a.m. Anong, are you ready? I think you're still mute, Anong. I think you can turn it on right now, hopefully.
Hello.
Okay, it's working. Perfect. So it's 10 a.m. Good morning, everyone. May I introduce myself? I'm Mai from STI Destination Handling. And today I have the pleasure to represent Laos together with my DMC partner, Easia Laos. I brought you my colleagues Anong, the country director of Laos with me, as well as my colleague Benoit, who's the production manager of Laos. So I will pass to you, Anong. You can start with the presentation. I think it will take about 45 minutes. Then we have about 15 minutes for the questions. And please, if you have any questions beforehand, you can put it into the F&A section. So Benoit and I can also have a look at the questions. And after the meeting, we can go through it. All right,
Okay.
I will pass to you, my colleague.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mais, and thank you all of you for your time spent with us today. May I introduce myself? My name is Anung. I'm in charge for Easia Laos destinations. I'm working on the tourism industry since 2006, and I'm joining Easia more than 15 years. And yes, today I'm very excited to present my destination. So I'm very have the passion on the developing the products in the destination for our client partner. Like STR is one of the best partner for Asia long time ago. Today's I will also introduce the country and also introduce you some products that we develop for Asia partner only. So let's go for the first part. So Laos is very small country in the Southeast Asia. So we have border with Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Myanmar. And here is our team. So we have a different team from international staff. So we have Benoit is my product manager. We have operation department. We also have contracting department who taking care for all the negotiation price. So make sure that our price is competitive in the market. And also we have Marco is the sales team leader and Emma for the quality, because in Asia, our important work is to satisfy clients on spot and have the products to share the experience in the destination. So we make sure that all the travelers who come to Asia are satisfied on the destination. So I come for Laos. So for Laos, we have the entrance by the national airport, 3 entrance. Once in Vientiane, the capital of Laos, so we have the 5 connection between the country like Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia. And we have the international airport also in Luang Prabang here in the north and also in the south for Paksay. And we also have the 3 World Heritage Sites in Luang Prabang in the north, and in the northeast, the Pran of Shah, and also in the south for Wat Phu Champasak. Laos is a very small country that I already told you. We had just only 7,700,000 people living in Laos, and we have our own currency gift, which is around $1 for 21 or 21,600 gift per $1. And then to entrance the country, we need the visa. So the visa for entrance to Laos, we have 3 kind of visa. So we have visa on arrival in each border, and we have e-visa that you can register before you come to Laos. And then for the season in Laos, we have 2 seasons, dry season and raining season. For the dry season, we start from early October to end of May. And then we have the raining season start from June to September. And we also have some, notification period for the burning, because now we do a lot of agriculture. They burn some land for the prepare the agriculture during end of March. It's quite a little bit smoke around the country. And for the highlights of the destination to the tourists or to the travelers, we have 3 main area. For the northern part, so we can separate in the north. We have Luang Prabang. As you know, Luang Prabang is the World Heritage. It's very small city with rich of culture, and also become World Heritage on 1995. And far from Luang Prabang, around 3 hours by car, we have Nong Keo Mương Ngói, and we have Udon Sai. And then in the center of Laos, we have Vang Vieng, Vieng Chăn. Vang Vieng is more for the landscape and outdoor activity. And Vientiane Chăn is the capital of Laos, so it's very easy to connect with the other country. They have the big airport there. And we have Hinbun, which is a little bit between trucks and very nice landscape. And then we have south of Laos for Champasak. They have the Wat Phu Temple. It's also one of the recognized heritage sites in the south. And we have 4,000 Island. We have Pato Bolaven, where they plant a lot of coffee. So now I go to the detail of the each sites start from the north. So in Luang Prabang, the activity that we can provide for the clients is start by the experience of the alms giving. So this is very unique, and you can find in Luang Prabang only, because they have a lot of monks in the early morning. They do every day from 5:30. That you can see the local people go from the house to the main street, and the monk will walk around to correct the right for their life. And also we have I already told you, Luang Prabang is the World Heritage in town, very small town, around 345 people living, but we have more than 150 temples. So in each temple, they have their unique storytellings and very unique style. This is one of our famous temple, Wat Sim Thong, in Lao traditional style. And inside of the temple, you can see they have rich culture. On the photo inside is telling about the life of Lao. And then one of another experience that we provide to client is also the Basi ceremony, because Basi ceremony is one of our life in Laos, and we really want to share this experience to the traveler, because in Laos people, we do Basi for every occasion. Like when you get graduates, you happy with some events, we organize the Basi. When we have the visitor from outside or from the other country, we also do Basi ceremony for welcome. And when you want to send somebody for study or send you to come back to your country, we also do Basi ceremony to wish you to have the good luck in your life. And from the temple, we also have very nice nature around Luang Prabang, which is have waterfall, who call water Guangxi waterfall is also one of the famous waterfall in Luang Prabang, which is just 35 kilometers from Luang Prabang. It take around 45 minutes by car. And to visit the waterfall, we have two possibility by car, or you can combine with the trekking from the minority village to waterfall around 1.5 hours. And then apart from the waterfall, we also have the cruise, which is we took the cruise, local cruise from the Mekong River to visit Paku Cave. So Paku Cave is one of the famous cave in Laos, located nearby Mekong River, and inside of the cave, they have 100 million of Buddha inside. So it's very unique in Laos. And then apart from the sightseeing, we also have some experience that we can let clients participate, like cooking experience. So the client can exchange between Lao food, cook Lao food for the dinner or lunch. That is also one of another activity. And apart from that, we also have the farm, buffalo farm. This farm is found by NGO, and they are very take a good care of the buffalo in that area, and they feed them, they breed them, and they also take the meat from buffalo to do the cheese. And during the activity, they can test the cheese from buffalo. So, and also they do some ice cream, some cake by the cheese of buffalo. So this is also one of another activity that we provide for clients. And apart from that, we also have some experience, because Lao, we eat sticky rice every day and every meal. So when we have the traveler come to Laos, we want them to experience how to get the rice for eating. So we have this activity to show them from the beginning, step by step, until we get the sticky rice for eating. And then apart from that, we also have some cruises, which is very good for the client to experience. For the sunset cruise on Mekong River, it is very relaxing activity when you do the visit for the whole day, and then you can end your day by Mekong cruise sunset. And for the sunset cruise, we also can provide some cocktails or snacks in the boat. And as you know, Laos is the country of elephants. So for sure, we have some activity to provide to the traveler to experience with elephant, by the elephant fitting, elephant bathing, and also trekking with the elephant. We have some 2, 3, 4 camps around Luang Prabang, and we also have very big conservation center of elephant, which is located in Sayabuli province, 2 hours drive from Luang Prabang. In this area is how to say, let the client experience more for the elephant, for the traveler who interesting to learn about the elephant life. So we can provide this activity for them. And as I said, that for Easia, we really focus on the unique experience, that we only develop the product for our partners. So we have our signature product that we create in Easia side. So like for example, now we have Easia House. This is the Pak U House where located in nearby Pak U Cave, and it's the traditional house. We provide many different activity for client to experience in the village, because this house is located in the local village. In the village, they have rice wine making and also weaving central. So the activity that we provide in the village is one catering lunch and lunch with the local family, and walking from the village to the Pak U cave, and also monk blessing in the village, because in the village they have the small temple that we can provide unique experience. And we also have Mekong aperitif from our house and our unique cocktail to welcome the client. And also we develop a local tea test experience. And just nearby the house, we also have our signature product for fishing experience. So this village is located around 30 minutes for a small boat cruise on the Nam U River. The village, they have a lot of fishing men. So we provide the traveler to join them and experience how to catch the fish for their daily life. So this also provide the unique experience that they can exchange the way that the local people catch the fish in the river. And then for city tour, we have the normal city tour version, and we also have third-hand version. So this is we do the city tour by game. So you have a lot of fun during the tour to discover each temple and each sightseeing in Luang Prabang by playing third-hand. And also we provide the Petong game. So this is a very unique in Laos, because all the Lao people, they know how to play Petong, and they have a lot of Petong state in the city. So we run the local team and traveler team that they can do sometime competition or sharing how to play together. And then apart from that, we also have some hiking for the minority village to the waterfall. It takes around 1.5 hours hike from this village to Guangxi waterfall. And from Luang Prabang to the north, around 3 hours by car, we have Nong Keo. So this city is very peaceful and natural. So it's on the Nam U River for the beach truck. So here you can enjoy the small boat cruise in the river by very peaceful nature and untouched destination. So, and also we have some trekking around the Nong Keo, where around you to see the big forest that more than 200 years old. And apart from Nong Keo, we go a little bit north of Laos to Udom Sai. Udom Sai is located by route we took around 5 hours drive from Luang Prabang to Udom Sai. But now we have the express train that can take you only 45 minutes by train to this area. And this area you go under the jungle, because they have very nice waterfall in the jungle, and the jungle is very big jungle, more than 200 years old. And we have also the trekking in the minority ethnic, because now we have more than 53 ethnic group. So this is one of the ethnic group in Laos who living around Udom Sai. You can see a lot of ethnic groups in each village difference. And then apart from here, we go a little bit north of northeast of Laos. So you have Sieng Kuang or Phon Savan, which is very famous for the brand of cha. This area you can reach by car from Luang Prabang or Vientiane, but a little bit long drive because it takes around 10 hours from each part. But you can fight there because they have the airport, so you can fight 1 hour from Vientiane to this area. And here you have Brand of Cha. It's one of the UNESCO recognized for Laos. And also from Phon Savan to Nam Et Puloi, where you can see the big conservation forest, where they have the forest untouched from many 500 years ago. Nobody touched this area, still conserved by the wildlife, and they're just open for tourists to see the program that you can see the wildlife or bird watching experience. So this area is very recommended for this kind of traveler. And then we go to the center now. So the center we including Vang Vieng, Vientiane, and Hin Bun. So I start by Vang Vieng. Vang Vieng, we have some nice product where it's very famous for the traveler is the hot air balloon. Like you can see the view from the Rock Mountain, and also we have some nice river cruise for the small river cruise like this on Nam Song River. And hot air balloon is provide you for the how to say super nice view, and they only do in early morning for sunrise and late afternoon for sunset. And also they have some minority checking or countryside experience that they can learn the Kamu technique. They do the rice wine. You can enjoy with the lady, and they can also introduce you how to do and testing it together after. And apart from that, we also have very nice walking to the Pathao, because in Vang Vieng they have a lot of the rock mountain. So every mountain they have the cave inside, and we do the walking to see the cave, passing by the rice fields. It's a very peaceful area. And also for sure they have a lot of mountains, so we have the viewpoints, hiking recommend this. And then we go down to Vientiane. Vientiane is the capital of Laos, so the highlight for Vientiane is the city tour. Temple, we have very nice temple. Wat Sisakhet, Wat Hopakeo is one of the historical of the temple of Laos. And also Pathusai is the, how to say, the capital and also the symbol of Laos for That Luang stupa. And we have a very nice temple, Buddha Park, where they have more than 1 million Buddha in the temple. So it's some activity that we can do in Vientiane. And then go down from Vientiane around 5 hours by car. We arrive Hin Bun. So Hin Bun is very peaceful area. They have a lot of the rock view and cavings, very nice caving. So activity that we provide is the Kung Lo Cave, where we do the boat trip, go to the cave, and then another side of the cave you have very nice light field and the local village that you can enjoy for lunch and exchange the experience with the local people here. And the cave is very nice to visit. And then we go to the south now. For the southern part, we have Bolaven, Sipandon, which is 4,000 island, and Champasak. So for Champasak, the highlight of the activity here, we have visit Wat Phu. is one of the heritage site temple in the south, which is have some story connecting with the Angkor Wat. So it's the same architecture. How to say, the size is very. They have the story connecting between Angkor and here. And then we have also some biking tour in the Don Dang Island, because Don Dang Island is just a small island in front of Champasak city. So here you can do the cycling, visit the local villages and the fishermen around the islands. And come a little bit down from Pakse, we have Borowen Plateau. So here is the highest in Laos, and there's cone for Hundia, and it's very good for the agriculture tour in this area. And they plant a lot of coffee. So for sure, when you go to the coffee, we have some activity exchange for the coffee experience. So we have very good partner, Mystic Mountain, that he do the off-road adventure by jeep. So you see you have jeep for tour in his farm, and also share some experience and see the process of making coffee. And for the person who love coffee, don't miss this activity, because you can taste a lot of coffee in different kind in Laos. And then go down to the south, border with the Cambodia. We have 4,000 islands. So here you have a small island, and each small island, they have the people living there. So we have some activity here. Is like some waterfall visit, and also you see we have the biggest waterfall in Laos is the Lipi and Kon Paping waterfall. So this is the after this waterfall down to the river Mekong River is the Cambodia part, and we have some activity around the waterfall. We call the Mekong Light Experience. So you can enjoy with the local fishing men. They catch the fish, but they use very different material from the north. And also they have some bamboo weaving in each village. And also we had some biking tour in the island, that you can see the lives of the people there. And then the other part, for the logistic part, I will turn to my colleague Benoit to present you how many product, how to say it, vehicle we provide to the clients. So I let Benoit continue. Benoit, you are here.
Hello everyone. Okay, very happy to meet you here. I know some people I met already in ITB, so it's a pleasure to see you again during this webinar. Anong, I'm just going to share my screen with the additional
okay, I will stop
slides.
my sharing, and then you can start.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's okay, Benoit?
Yes.
You're still loading.
Perfect. Can you?
Yes, we can
see
see
my
it.
screen?
Can you make it bigger?
Up. Perfect.
Thank you.
Like this is good. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, in terms of Mekong River cruises, I mean, Laos is very popular for the cruises on the Mekong, of course, and it's really something that the travelers enjoy a lot, because the sceneries are beautiful, but also there is something kind of mystical and also mythic about the Mekong River, because it's the river that we read in the books. So for sure, when you arrive in Laos and you have the occasion to try a cruise on the Mekong, it's always highly appreciated. So we have different kind of boats for sure to do the cruises. The most popular would be the traditional boat that we call the slow boat, the long tail boat. So you have an example here on the pictures. It's the suppliers we use have comfortable boats, because usually we will do the cruises from northern Thailand to Pak Beng and then Luang Prabang. So it's cruises that are 6 to 7 hours long. So that's why the boats need to be comfortable with lunch served on board. So other possibilities that we have on the Mekong are the overnight cruises. So for this, we have a few suppliers that offer very high quality boats with cabins. So here you can see the Mekong Sun and Mekong Pearl. So these cruises take more time for sure than the 2 days cruise to Luang Prabang, but it gives you the opportunity to really enjoy stops along the Mekong in local villages, and also activities on board in comfortable and, for some boats, luxury environment. So for example, Anuvong is our most luxury supplier here in Laos. It's a really 5-star environment. So for clients looking for high quality cruises, we have the possibilities to offer this kind of product. We also have a newcomer that is the boat called Bohem from supplier Mekong Kingdom. It's also luxury, so it's a very, very interesting boat for people looking for quality. And we wanted also to show you another one that is quite different. It's based on a slow boat architecture. It has 2 bedrooms inside and can accommodate up to 4 packs. So it's for private cruise, and you do the cruise from northern Thailand to Luang Prabang in 3 days, 2 nights. So it's a bit quicker, faster than the bigger boats. So it's also a nice alternative. So you can see that we have quite a lot of options for cruises, from traditional boat with a stop in Pak Beng in between the 2 days of cruise, to boats with rooms where you overnight on the cruise. In terms of hotels, we of course have a wide range of accommodations here in Laos. So we're going to go quickly through a few examples of hotels that we offer. In Luang Prabang, I would say Luang Prabang and Vientiane. So Vientiane, the capital, and Luang Prabang, that is really the highlight of travel in Laos. These are the places where we have the widest range of accommodation that goes from 3-star to 4 and 5-star hotel, and even like a 5-star luxury like Aman or Rosewood. But in terms of 4-star hotels, boutique hotels in Luang Prabang and Vientiane, we have a really good offer with a good quality of service and very good comfort in the hotels. And then in the other places, for example, Nong Khiao, that is a little bit north of Luang Prabang, 3 hours by car, we have also nice properties with beautiful bungalows giving on the river directly, and swimming pool. So of course we don't have the quality 4-star, 5-star in the most remote places of Laos, but we still can find nice 3-star hotels that mostly will fit for FIT clients, and some for GIT in Udomsai, for example, at Namkat Yorlapa. Udomsai, so this is the next one, a 4-star hotel, accessible 45 minutes by train from Luang Prabang. We call it the Jungle Resort because the resort is really in the middle of the jungle and offers a real special travel experience. So it's a must see and a must stay, I would say, when traveling in northern Laos. Then in Vang Vieng, between Luang Prabang and Vientiane, we also have a good range of 3- and 4-star hotels. The most famous 4-star that we really like to use because we have a good relation with them and the hotel is beautiful is Riverside Boutique Resort, that with the beautiful karstic mountains that you can see on the background, super comfortable. And we also have good 3-star hotels like the Sanctuary Namgam. In Vientiane, as I said before, we have the choice for 4- and 5-star hotels that are very comfortable. Vientiane is really a one-night stop usually, but during your one-night stop in Vientiane, the good thing is that you can have good accommodation. So for example, when you arrive from your international flight in Bangkok and do the flight to Vientiane, to Laos, then you have you really have the good choice of hotels to for your travelers to rest and prepare for their travel in Laos. Other examples in center Laos, in Hin Bun. So this Hin Bun is between Vientiane and the south of Laos. We have nice options with 3-star hotels living on the Hin Bun River. And in Champasak, Champasak, that is the, let's say, the start of the south of Laos. This is the perfect stay for the end of the trip, where you could stay, for example, 2 nights in beautiful boutique hotel like La Folie Lodge that stands on an island. So it's really unique, I would say, and gives you the perfect relaxing nights and days before leaving the country. Then in terms of transportation, in Laos, we have, of course, different range of transport. So as we saw before, we have the boats that are really used often because the Mekong is really part of the life in Laos. So it crosses all the country. So as possible, how to say, as much as possible, when we can use the transportation by boat, we use it because it's a real travel experience. But we have also, as local transport, the tuk-tuk that you can see here, that are really appreciated by the travelers because it gives really an immersion in the transportation, transportation. But we also have modern minivans, of course, with the aircon in all the regions of Laos. And for the domestic flights, Lao Airlines, the national airline company, has these kind of flights, the ATR, that are really good and work well. no need daily connections between the north and the south. Then the train in Laos is really a game changer. So the train, as you can see, it's like a modern train. We call it the bullet train. It started to operate in 2021, so it's quite recent, and it just changed the way to travel in northern Laos. So we will see more in detail after for the different stops that we can have with the train. But as you can see inside, it's quite comfortable. This is a picture of the second class. Second class has 5 seats per row. The first class has 4 seats per row, but already the second class is quite comfortable. You know, I'm 1 meter 98 from like tall, and the second class, when I sit in these seats in second class, my knees don't even touch the seat in front of me. So they did something quite spacious. So for European travelers, it works very well. The train is fast, clean, the service is professional. It gives really an eco-friendly alternative to the transportation by car. And the thing is, it's way faster. When before from Vang Vieng to Luang Prabang, it would take 6 to 7 hours. Now it takes only 1 hour by train. So you can really see the change. And from Vang Vieng to Vientiane, it takes also 1 hour. So it's super fast to cross northern Laos. In 2 hours, you reach Luang Prabang from Vang Vieng. At the moment, the train operates only in north of Laos. And hopefully, we'll have a train in the south, but it's not in the plan for the moment. The train has 7 departures per day, so there's quite a good range of departures to accommodate the different ways of like morning or afternoon. And as you can see, it's super fast. Then we'll go a bit deeper in the connections. So first, I'd like to talk about the international airports around Laos, because as you know, Laos doesn't have direct long-haul flights arriving to Laos, so we depend on the hubs, the international hubs that we have around. So the very famous ones that are used to arrive to Vientiane or Luang Prabang would be mostly in Thailand and in Vietnam, from Bangkok, from Hanoi, or from Ho Chi Minh City. But we also have connections with Singapore, Malaysia, and China, and also Cambodia for the combined trips that are quite famous. And you can see that the flight duration are reasonable. So when you arrive to Bangkok, it's only 1 hour 30 flight to arrive to Vientiane, to Luang Prabang. So it's pretty fast. Then this, I just wanted to show you a bit about the connections from the hubs to Laos, because we selected a few hubs that have direct flights for, so here we took the example of Germany, but there's also other direct flights from Switzerland or Austria. So here we just kept Germany as an example, but you can see that we have direct flights to Bangkok, Hanoi, Singapore, to Korea, and to China. And these hubs have flights to Vientiane. So that means from those hubs, you can have connections, and you can see that some of the hubs have daily connections. Some of the other hubs, like for example in Korea, have quite a lot of flights per week. And from China, we have 3 flights per week. So it's interesting. And at the end, we still have a good range of international connections with the nearby hubs. Then, okay, so I work in production, so now I get a bit more technical for you. I just wanted to show you the like a sum up of the transportation, the logistics in Laos. So starting in northern Laos, so that you really can picture how at the end it's very well connected and how we can easily do loops in the different itineraries in northern Laos and build very nice itineraries. So we'll start with arrival in Vientiane. As we said, the train from Vientiane to Vang Vieng is 1 hour, but we have also the possibility to go with the highway, the new highway. It takes only 1 hour 45, and it can be a good alternative if you have a schedule a special schedule to respect, or if you have, for example, visits in Vang Vieng, take the car to Vientiane and continue on, let's say, a city tour in Vientiane with the same car. So these are the possibilities. Then from Vang Vieng, we have the train that goes to Luang Prabang, 1 hour also. And we have the daily flight from Luang Prabang and Vientiane. From northern Thailand, we have the boat to Pak Beng. It's like a 1-day cruise on the Mekong with stops in local villages along. And from Pak Beng to Luang Prabang, we have a 2nd day of cruise with also stops on different villages, and also a stop at the Paku Caves. That is one of the main sites in Luang Prabang. So when you have your cruise from Pak Beng to Luang Prabang, you also take the occasion to do the visit to Paku Caves. It's very interesting. Then from Luang Prabang, we have a connection to Nong Khiao. This is really to reach the north of the country, where you have more mountains, more treks also possible, but also lots of leisure activities. So Luang Prabang to Nong Khiao is a 3 to 4 hour drive. And then in Nong Khiao, you have the possibility to reach the small village of Myong Ngoi with a 1 hour cruise on the very scenic Nam U River. It's really like an untouched river. It's very, very nice experience that all the travelers enjoy. And from Nong Khiao, we can link to Udom Sai. Udom Sai, that is the gate to the northern mountains and the hill tribes. It's a 3 hours drive from Nong Khiao to Udom Sai. And from Udom Sai, you can reach Muang La, where we have beautiful products to meet the ethnics of northern Laos. And from Udom Sai, you have a train to Luang Prabang in 45 minutes. So you can see this train really links beautifully from the capital to the northern Laos, and it helps incredibly in terms of logistics. But Udom Sai, we also have a link by road to Pak Beng. And this is very interesting because sometimes you could think that the 2 days cruise to Luang Prabang could be too long, depending on the profile of your travelers. So in this case, you can do a 1-day trip to Pak Beng. And the day after, you could do, for example, the morning elephant camp in Pak Beng. That is super nice, half a day. Eat there for lunch, and then take the road to Udom Sai and arrive in the northern Laos. And then you continue, you build your loop, or you go directly to Luang Prabang after 1 or 2 nights in Udom Sai. So this is for the north of Laos. Now I'm going to show you very quickly for the north and south, the connections that we have. So north, Vientiane and Paksé. Paksé is really the local hub to arrive to the south of Laos. So Vientiane, Paksé, we have a daily flight, it's 1 hour 15 long. And then Luang Prabang to Paksé, we have 3 flights per week to link north and south of Laos. Then we also have a flight to Savannakhet from Vientiane. It's a daily flight, 1 hour. That also is a good option to continue to the south of Laos. And from Paksé, so if you look on the bottom right, from Paksé to the Bolaven Plateau, it's only 45 minutes by car, so it's super easy to reach. And from Paksé to Champasak, it's also 45 minutes by car, so it's also very fast. And we also have a new transportation activity from Paksay to Champasak is by boat on the Mekong. It's a 2 hours cruise, so it's also a nice alternative to change from the road transfer. And then from Paksay to Sipandon, we have 3 hours. So Sipandon is the 4,000 islands in the south. So 3 hours. So you can see even in the south of Laos, we can do beautiful combinations with not too much of transportation. And the good point with the south is that Paksay is also you can reach from Paksay, Ubon Ratchathani with the airport that connects with Bangkok. So you can see that with an arrival in Bangkok, going to Vientiane, you can build a trip in northern Laos, and then either leave from northern Laos back to Thailand, or you can link with the south and then out at Ubon Ratchathani. So it's really a nice way to do a loop from Thailand, northern Laos, southern Laos, and then out in Thailand again. In terms of international flights, it's really useful. Very quickly on the Mekong River cruises, the itineraries that we have, as I said, it's from northern Thailand, wayside to Pak Beng and then Luang Prabang. So it's around 7 hours per day of cruise with regular, like a few stops in local villages along. And it's the perfect way to do a combination between Thailand and Laos. The cruise on the Mekong is really highly appreciated by the travelers because it really fits with the slow travel that fits very well with Laos. And also, so you can do combination, but you can do also an arrival in Bangkok, go directly to Chiang Mai, do 1 or 2 nights in Chiang Mai, then Chiang Rai, Hue Sai, and northern Laos. So you have nice possibilities to combine with Thailand and Laos. Then the train from Thailand is also a nice alternative to the flight from Bangkok to Vientiane. It's a night train that takes around 10 hours. The train leaves around 8:30 p.m. and arrives around 6:30 a.m. in Vientiane. So it's eco-friendly for sure, better than the plane, but it's also cost saving because the train is way cheaper than the plane. So it's not for everyone. It's not for all the travelers, but for the travelers who are looking for also a travel experience, a touch of travel experience with a night train from Thailand, this is a really good option. And that's it. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you, Benoit.
I'm going to leave the hand to Anong for the conclusion and for the questions.
Yes, thank you so much, Benoit. And I think now we are on the section Q&A. So if you have some question, or might you see some question on the box set?
So what we can do right now, either you can use the F&A to send in some questions of a chat, or you can put up your hand, raise your hand, and then we can open the mic and you can also join the discussion. So probably I don't see any questions right now, but we can follow up with the questions we saw before. So first information is that we will share the presentation as well as the record with you after webinar when I get all the information. So I will send you an email. And the second question we already had, Anong, was if there is a nice beach hotel actually in Laos.
Yes, that we already introduced you the country. We don't have sea in Laos, but we also have very nice hotel that they have the beach in form, like La Folilos in the south. They have very big sand beach that they can enjoy, and also sanctuary hotels in Bang Vieng. They're also in the island, so they have their own beach in front of their hotels. It will be the beach like Thailand.
So basically what you can do if you want to have a beach stay actually is like make a combination of Thailand and Laos and then get back to Bangkok. And from Bangkok, you can take a flight directly to Phuket or Krabi, somewhere in the south of Koh Samui. But you have to be in mind that you have to one interchange, So basically, Laos is not a beach destination. It's more about the Mekong. It's more about the culture, more about the people. And then you can do the beach day afterwards. But actually, you don't need the beach when you have the Mekong, honestly. If you have a really nice hotel for 2 nights or 3 nights, it's totally worth it. Okay, so somebody asked about the pictures of the train ride overnight. I think, do we have the pictures right now, Anong, or shall I send the clients the picture of the train, of an overnight train, afterwards? I can share. I think
Yeah, and
Benoit still has some
I just put a quick picture to represent to show for the cabin. So this is not cabin actually; it's like the car, the car of the train, where you have the beds like this. So it's with aircon, and you have small curtains to close to privatize a little bit the place where you sleep. And it's nice because the staff comes to make your bed actually when after like 1 hour of train, 1 hour 30. So the staff is super helpful. It's nice. And you have also a restaurant in the train that offers local food, local Thai food. So if you have if you're hungry during the train, can be spicy or not spicy. They have really a wide choice of food, so it's local food, but it's very useful.
Okay, another question from Tanuya was when the almsgiving is taking place. I think when I was there, it was 5:30. I think from 5:30 until 7 a.m. the almsgiving is taking place.
Yeah, that's it. It's around 5:30. So it depends of the season because of it's at the sunrise. So it depends of the season, but it's around 5:30 a.m. So it's very magical moment in the day.
It's early. Better go sleep early, honestly, but it's very, very, very magical. I had like tears in my eyes when I was there.
Just about the almsgiving, the thing that we usually do is that the travelers go to the almsgiving, and after that they will come back for breakfast at the hotel, and then they can continue their day. The best would be to go, for example, either for city tour or to see waterfalls to continue the trip.
Thank you, Benoit. So next question is how to link Himbum to a North Laos itinerary. Car drive, would you?
Yes. So indeed, the center of Laos is only connected by road. So would you recommend to fly from Nakhon Phanom and cross the border there, or continue to the rest? Actually, the way we connect the center would be so from Vientiane, doing the car ride to Hinbun around like close from Konglor Cave. It takes 5 to 6 hours. So yes, it's long, but then you need to spend at least 2 nights there. And then the perfect itinerary would be to continue to the south. So you would stop in Takek, and then you would go to Savanaket, where we highly recommend to spend at least 1 night because it's like the little Luang Prabang out of the spotlights, and then continue your trip to the south. This is how we link. Yeah. Usually it's in between north and south.
How many days would you recommend for the itinerary north in Laos, Benoit?
For North Laos, I would say between 6 and 9 nights, depending on how long you want to stay, if it's like a combination, or if it's really let's say, a more deep northern Laos itinerary, because Luang Prabang, you would always at least spend 3 nights. But then if you arrive from Vientiane, you will have first night in Vientiane, then 1 night in Vang Vieng, then 3 nights in Luang Prabang would be the minimum, so 5 nights. And then you can push with 2 more nights in Udom Sai by train, and loop with Nong Khiao 2 more nights before going back to Luang Prabang. That starts to be a nice 9 nights northern itinerary.
And then the next question is when does Bachi ceremony take place?
So usually we do in
for the Basi ceremony, we always do in the evening. So it's like end of their tour in the day or before they're going to dinner.
Thank you, Anong. Any more questions? Well, Benjamin asked regarding the Van Being and backpacking, Anong. Is it still popular with young travelers right now? Because it used to be very, very famous for all the backpackers in Laos.
Yes. Before we have trains, is like that. It's very famous for backpacker. But since 2-3 years ago, they have another place for backpacker, Muang Phuong. Muang Phuong is located a little bit down from Bang Vieng, 1.5 hours by car. This area is more popular for new packer now, and in Bang Vieng now is not the same atmosphere anymore. There has no many backpacker in Bang Vieng nowadays, but it's more for, how to say, they don't have more backpacker, but they have more Asians tourism in Bang Vieng, like Korean, they really love Bang Vieng destination. So we could have some time crossing by the Korean traveler.
What about the Chinese? Are they also popular at Ban Vieng? Because due to the train connection from North China, I think more Chinese people might come to those parts.
For Chinese people, we see them more in Nong Prabang than Bang Vieng because they do very short trip in Laos, and it's not for whole season. They only have some occasion. For example, when they have the long holiday, you could see them in Nong Prabang, but not much in Bang Vieng.
That's good. Good to know. Any more questions, guys? If you don't have any questions afterwards, you can still contact me or Anong or Benoit afterwards, and we would be happy to help you with some nice itineraries to Laos. And definitely you're anytime welcome to join it. You know, if you do it by Laos, or you can also make a nice combination, like Benoit said before, do like North Thailand, Chiang Rai, go to Luang Prabang, and then finish it. It's really nice, you know, 14 days, North Thailand, Laos. This is my actually recommendation for everybody who has seen the world. So it's a really, really nice place to see. When you've been there, it's going to be magical, I promise you. All right, so we still have 5 more minutes. I will wait here for any questions. And, oh, okay, no questions. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm really happy that so many people joined us for this presentation and are interested in Laos because it's a really nice country. Sorry, just to repeat myself, but I'm still happy after 1 month traveling in Laos, and I'm back here and everybody's complaining like, you always tell so much about Laos, Maya. I'm like, yes, because I really love Laos.
And if I can just add one thing about the country. So yes, it can seem a bit difficult to reach, but also you need to really understand that this is also one strength of the country, because that's thanks to this that the country is not very touristy and is still very untouched and super calm and peaceful. So this is kind of a hidden gem that this is how you really need to see the country. It takes the bit more expensive to go there because of the in-between flights, but the reward is also very huge. And one last thing I wanted to say about Laos is that this country, the expectations for the travelers, they don't really know. But because the information about Laos, we don't have a lot. People don't know this small country in Southeastern Asia. So basically, when people come here, usually when they finish their trip, it really goes beyond the expectations that they had. And this is the surprise. So it's kind of rediscovering the travel, you know, because you don't have a lot of information on the country. So basically, you really discover a lot during your trip. And this is super, super interesting. It's a big selling point for this country, for sure.
And the last thing that I always get the feedback from the return client, because we also have many clients that they go and then they come back again. They said they come because of the people, because they see Lao people is very welcoming and they never see these kind of things in the world. So it is something that you touch when you on spot.
That is true. You go there and you meet people and you don't have any expectation, because when I was traveling to Laos, I was like, okay, I go to Luang Prabang, and then everybody was so kind. The food was really good. It's a mixture of, I would say it's like Thai and Vietnamese, but a bit of Lao, and it's sticky rice. Awesome. I really, really miss the sticky rice, and I really want to cook it at home, because sticky rice is one of the best dishes ever you can get actually in Laos. And yeah, you don't expect anything and you get so much back, so it's a really, really highlight I want to share with everybody. And even if you don't have a beach in the end, you can go to Thailand in the end, but what will last with you and your clients is gonna be this beautiful country. And if you have travelers who have seen a lot, like we've been to Vietnam or Cambodia and Thailand before, and they asked you, where shall I go next? What is your insider tip? I would honestly tell you, go to Laos, spend there about 9 days or 14 days, and then you come back. We say something like, I learned it was like sabai sabai, which means in Thai and Laos, like relax. So you go there, and it's like relaxing, and you forget about the time. You forget where are you, and you're just staying back in time, and you don't have any stress at all. So it's really, really relaxing there. It's really honest vacation. So I would say we are finished with the presentation. Thank you so much for attending today. Thank you, Anong. Thank you, Benoit, for your time and sharing your experience and presentation with us. I will follow up with the presentation. I will send you the link, and I will also send you a presentation afterwards. And if there are anything, please let us know. We would love to help you and send your clients to Laos. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Bye. See you
Bye.
around.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.